Hi, and welcome to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing. My name is Chris Burres, one of the owners of EW. Keep going, Matt. Don't get fixated on my mispronunciation. Welcome back to another fun-filled edition of the podcast. My name is Chris Burres, one of the owners of EWR Digital.
If you've been listening to this podcast, you probably know that.
Yeah.
And if you haven't, now you know. And I'm also the lead strategist here at EWR Digital, and we're doing fun stuff every day to teach you how to rank higher,
including socks. Like, look at these. I know these are yours.
Oh,
I forgot to get.
Yeah,
mine.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's a gift for you. I feel like your strategies have improved to the point that finally you deserve the Google socks.
Oh, well, thank you.
We've been doing this podcast, what, 5 years together? It's at least 4, right? 5.
It's close to 6.
It's close to 6, right? So yeah, finally you get the socks.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've made it.
I've made it. Are beer socks? I don't know.
It's like a European thing. I feel like English people always have like cool socks, and it's cool.
Very British of us. How's your British accent?
You're going like across the spectrum, slurring the words to British
or across the pond.
Oh, that's
all right. So let's jump into this. The article that we're going to be talking about today is 5 enterprise SEO trends to watch in 2023. This is from Lemuel Park. We've done an article of his before. Patif to you, Lemuel.
Yeah.
We appreciate you at Search Engine Journals where we found this article. Before we get into the article, there's something that we got to throw out there.
What's that?
It's a review, and guess what it is, Matt? It's 5 stars. It's from Saeed Hassan. It says, I had an outstanding consultation with Adam Gregory regarding SEO and PPC. His expertise and professionalism truly shone through as he provided insightful advice tailored to my needs. I am eager to schedule another meeting with him and highly recommend his services to anyone looking to improve their online presence. Exceptional experience. Patif to you, Saeed. Well done, Adam. I don't know if Adam's seen that. Did he post that in the company chat?
I don't know.
If he didn't, I'm going to.
There you go.
There, I'm gonna post that. Like Patif, Saeed. That is from the free consultation that we'll mention at the end of the show.
We're mentioning it now. So.
Yeah. Well, that will tell you how to get. Like, this is the teaser. You gotta sit through 5 enterprise SEO trends to watch in 2023, which is why you're here anyway. And then we'll tell you how to get that free consultation, how to get the great, exceptional experience that Saeed got. In this case, it was with Adam. It could be one of our other internet marketing experts, but you will get value.
Absolutely. We've been working hard, and Adam's been with us 5+ years, and he's a great marketing consultant. So, yeah.
Should we cover a sponsor right now?
Yeah, we can. But I think let's get into the article.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, and again, the article is 5 enterprise SEO trends to watch in 2023. Lemuel Park. SEO is changing from updates and algorithm changes to advancements in AI. It is changing as purchasing power continues to shift and paid marketing budgets dwindle. And I look at that more from the perspective of, hey, if you're focused on, say, Google PPC, then it's shifting not only to YouTube, which is the same platform, but it's shifting to Facebook and TikTok and Instagram.
I am seeing like conference budgets.
Yeah.
Right. Conference budgets have gone down tremendously since COVID.
Oh, yeah.
People are doing things a little bit different. People are leaning out the budget. So I know what he's talking about, but I agree with you. Maybe it's just getting dispersed other places. But a lot of clients have a lot of fresh budget.
There's been shifting of marketing dollars, as there always have been. Now, SEO, given that understanding, is increasingly important for business executives who are looking to stay ahead.
Yes.
First, let's kind of look at what is enterprise SEO. Enterprise SEO is the fundamental and strategic execution of organic programs across enterprise level organizations. There's no surprise there in that definition at all. This involves.
I would just say enterprise SEO is that you're dealing with a lot more challenges. You're dealing with a lot more moving parts. You're dealing with a lot of like legacy issues. you're dealing with maybe websites that were built in like old frameworks that you might not be able to change stuff. And really SEO is something that's having to be incorporated across departments and the learning and education. SEO, I've always said SEO is like, it takes a village to do SEO properly. Yeah. And within a big organization, there's a lot of like red tape and things that you have to deal with and navigation around that. And so the approach to enterprise SEO is very different than like a small business owner, that sort of thing. So
yeah, and really Lemuel goes on to say this involves managing large scale SEO projects for organizations with large websites. Obviously, large brands with multiple departments and infrastructures are typical examples. Enterprise SEO also involves stakeholder management, planning and strategy, and alignment with corporate goals compared to regular practices, meaning, twofold meaning there. So one, corporate goals, what are the regular practices of the corporate goals and how does SEO fit inside of those or mirror those? And then I would also say kind of just a lot of our listeners are maybe not in the enterprise level. That's been shifting.
Some of them are.
And some of them are, yeah. That regular practices do have to have some modification when you're at the enterprise level, and you need an organization that can manage the stakeholders. I think that's a really important point.
No, I think that's pretty important. And also a lot of these enterprise sites, sometimes the clients don't even let you touch them. Their IT department's like, no security. No, you can't even touch it. So you have to work around some things. So
yeah. All right. So what has changed in enterprise SEO? In 2023, we see SEO being ingrained in organizations and AI being infused in SEO.
And well, Chris, previously in 2022, they said it was about improving cross-channel, broader departmental collaboration, advancing workflows, reporting processes and systems.
So that was the focus in 2022.
Yeah, that was the focus last year. And now, ChatGPT is on the stage and everything is about AI. And I think this article, I did breeze through it, is basically a lot about how AI is incorporated into this. But I will say the one thing that really shocked me is 90% of organizations are planning to use SEO in 2023. That means SEO has arrived. But before we had to fight for
Matt, what about the article that said that SEO is dead? Oh, wait, it said SEO is dead. Long live SEO.
The king is dead. Long live the king.
Long live the king.
Yeah.
Fully 90% of organizations planning on using SEO. Those are big and small organizations. So here's 5 essential enterprise SEO trends to watch in 2023. One of the trends I feel like this is more of a selling point about SEO than just a trend. Compounding SEO value. So companies focused on SEO see a compounding return on their investment yearly. And I'm going to, I literally repeat that because that's worth repeating and I think dwelling on. Companies focusing on SEO see a compounding return on their investment yearly. So first off, if you're listening, you're like, compounding return on their investment yearly. That sounds like a good thing, right? Compound interest is what the third wonder of the world or whatever. So this sounds interesting. What does it really mean?
Well, what's really interesting is
you moved ahead to the next chart over there.
Well, this chart's pretty great.
Yeah,
I wish I could show it to everybody.
Chart, yeah.
Actually, I have my computer in front of me. I could switch over to it, but I'm going to do it this way. Look at this cool chart right here.
Yeah, good.
Essentially, what I'll tell you.
By the way, if you saw that chart, you're probably watching on YouTube. You should subscribe and follow and click the notification bell.
You should. I mean, we're going to add some After Effects and we're going to even start editing our podcast maybe. So get excited for higher quality content. But what I will tell you is a lot of the people that I follow online, this is a theme that I don't know is getting passed around. And they're talking about, the person I was listening to was talking about how if it takes you 3 weeks to launch a campaign versus 3 days and all those learnings and all that knowledge, and if you can reinvest that and reincorporate that, he was kind of pitching the compounding effect of starting early, start fast, learn from it. And over time, that compounding value will be outsized what's going other places. So it's interesting. I don't know if there's like talking points that are like being passed around, but I like this as a selling point. And the data is saying that through SEO, if that page can get 20% more keywords.
By the way, that's what the data showed.
Yeah,
And I'll talk about that. Go ahead and finish.
120% lift in traffic.
Yeah.
That is
so
pretty incredible.
think about it in this way, right? To boil it down. You've done good SEO, right? You've done it well in a competitive area. Let's say you hold that ranking, right?
Okay.
Which you got to keep doing stuff. You want to continue the link building. You want to continue building content that's maybe around it. But if you just do that, then you get the value that you put into it this year. Yeah. And you also get that same value next year. And the point that this is, Lemuel works with a company, Bright Edge. It's a fabulous enterprise level piece of software for SEO, right? Yep. They track the performance of the top ranked pages for the top 1,000 e-commerce terms over the last year. And they found that this year, those same pages are driving 20% more keywords. So say you did your SEO and you target a particular keywords, and then now next year you got those keywords still, and you have added 20% more keywords.
Well, I think that the AI and the algorithm is starting to be more intuitive of what you're trying to say. I'm seeing pages that are ranking for keywords and the keyword's not even on the page.
Yeah.
Right. So it understands your intent and it's showing that more.
And it's not a mistake. Let's also throw that out.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. And so it understands your intent. And so the clearer you can be with the signals you give Google from your SEO, from your on page all the way to your off page, it will produce more traffic. And typically there's a handful of pages that are producing the lion's share of the traffic on most sites. And so if those sites, but really that correlation of, okay, 20% more keywords, again, we're talking e-commerce sites, maybe it's at scale, I don't know, but producing 120% more traffic, that's pretty incredible. That's a really strong piece of data, but certainly like compounding is something that works across the board. And we've found that with clients, you spend money on ads. As soon as you stop the ads, it's gone.
Yep.
You don't get any residual benefit. Really where that 10X or the 30X or I was going to say 7X because I've seen 7X consistently with SEO, like consistently, I can solidly say there's 7X return. But when you stop spending on the SEO, that return goes up dramatically, right?
Oh yeah,
because it's
infinite return on zero spend.
It's continuing to work. So every year it becomes more, or every month or every day it becomes more and more for what you do. So I'm glad that large corporations are seeing the power of SEO.
And the Mule makes the point that as users engage with your page, that builds authority. And as the more searches emerge relating to that page, they are shown for those different keywords, right? So that's the point of adding another 20% of keyword placement, for that page for a 20%.
It's a snowball effect, basically.
So the summary, the work done by SEO pros today also pays off in the long run. I did put a caveat here, right? And
I'm excited.
Gonna like
this is why you listen, guys.
Yeah. So the caveat is when and if you go through major website updates or renewals, you got to make sure your SEO carries over to the new updates, the new renewal, right? So if you're compounding and then you start from scratch, like you've got to be really careful in that scenario.
Some best practices around that is
could make a whole nother podcast.
Certainly keep your site structure very, very similar.
Yep.
You might want to
if not identical. Yeah.
Yeah. You might want to make small changes. Rebrands are really tough. If you change the content on a page by over a certain amount, it looks at it as a new page and it starts to re-rank it.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of things that you got to watch for when you're transferring a site, when you're rebranding a site, when you're redesigning pages. A lot of the designers, if they don't understand SEO, they're just going to wipe it away clean.
Yep.
And then you're going to be like, why is that page not ranking? And then you go look at it and you're like,
it has nothing to do with the previous page. Yeah.
Well, it has nothing to do with the previous page, and all the interlinks are broken and the headers are different. Like you want to stay on top of the fundamentals, and you certainly want to continue to do that spring cleaning, that housekeeping on the website. What I really like to do on really large enterprise sites that we have good budget for is I like call it like pruning the site. So I look at what's doing well, and everything should typically be going in the right direction unless there's a penalty or some kind of problem that dealt with us coming in. But I like to prune the sites to look at what keywords are not ranking well. Why are they falling? And then I typically go look at those pages, and then there's like a blatant something there that I can clean up and fix. And that always feels good. So.
Yeah, that's we've done a number of podcasts on that, like why go back and visit old pages from an SEO perspective. I'm sure you can find, I don't know, over the
last 36 months, there's been so many different updates and there's so many different things, but the best practices do ring true. But
did you say updates?
Oh yeah, there's been a ton of updates.
Oh, well, that's interesting because that's number 2
okay,
of 5 enterprise SEO trends
Let's do that.
to watch in 2023. So search updates, best practices, and search engine algorithms is a trend you want to focus. So we're only in Q1 of 2023, and the pace of change and innovation, especially when you take into consideration AI, has been rapid.
Yes.
One of the biggest challenges facing any type of SEO marketer is keeping pace with change. One of the ways you can do that, by the way, is to subscribe and follow this podcast.
Shameless
on
plug.
Any of the platforms.
They all know that. Did you know that only like 3% of people follow podcast?
Really?
Or not podcasts, but like
true.
pages. Like it's like almost nothing.
Yeah.
It's very small.
But a lot of people listen. They just
a lot of people listen, but they don't click that notification.
Hey, you can become a 3%er. All you have to do is subscribe.
That sounds great.
All right, so let's look at some of the stuff that happened in 2023. Some of the updates.
I pulled that term, by the way, that data. I don't have that actual real data, so I just want to caveat
3% is
I know the data is very small, but I totally made that up and I said it with so much authority that I didn't want to be.
I think it's real now.
If I believe it, it's real, right?
All right. Page user experience updates such as page experience, core web vitals were introduced to ensure to help people get quick results and that their websites that they're pulling up content on render fast. Improving site functionality and producing engaging, relevant content is the key to succeeding in this particular environment. And those are things that Google has always emphasized. So,
well, think about it. If a page takes, I have data for big.
Is it real data or is it
no?
Data
this
that
is
you
real
made
data.
up? Oh, okay.
I actually have a deck that I built on this.
Okay, yeah.
On Amazon and Walmart and Best Buy, every second that a page takes to lose, they lose like thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
like
I think it's tens of thousands.
Amazon, yeah. So everything has to be instantaneous. That's what people are looking for. So if your website takes like longer than even 5 seconds. 5 seconds was like the threshold 2 years ago. Longer than 5. Yeah, it's probably like more like 3 now. People get impatient and leave, and you're leaving a lot of opportunity on the table. So making your site as light as possible, loading as quickly as possible is key.
Yep. Paramount. Use that cache.
Oh, paramount. I like that word.
All right. Product algorithm updates. This update was introduced to empower consumers, help them make better informed decisions when purchasing products. If you are selling products online, take pride in your professional capabilities by offering expert advice and content that customers can trust.
That's probably the biggest thing I've seen with e-commerce. If you're selling something similar, you're using the stock image,
content,
and the stock content and nothing original. And why would Google want to rank you? And like, why would someone want to buy from you? You want to have those reviews. That's really important. You want to have the schema actually for the reviews and the product schema. You want to have videos. You want to have testimonials. You want to have a product user information. You want to make your page, if you're selling something similar to something else, absolutely better. And that's why it will rank more. And it's got to be original content.
I feel like you're saying provide a good experience to the Google user, and then Google will look favorably upon you. All right. Number 3 updates last year. Helpful content update. Google launched the Helpful Content Update to help guarantee users access to the most informative search results.
Okay.
In 2023, website owners and creators must develop materials tailored to human readers, not to the robots or the digital spiders. Automated tools that spin up similar content are now easily recognizable and ineffective because they're easily recognizable. And just a warning, like we did a podcast on AI. Be aware that as easily as AI can generate content Google can identify that content as AI generated. And Google did come out and say, hey, if it's good content and it's AI generated, and our users are looking for it, they'll still rank it. It's not there's no penalty associated with it, at least not yet.
Well, what I would tell you is AI content today can only write what has already been written.
Yep.
Right. And so we all know that content that's already out there, Google's already familiar with it. Right. And so if you're not saying anything new or original, why is it different than what's being shown? Right. And what we do know about Google right now is there's so many pages and so much content be created all the time. They have said that they're indexing less.
Yep.
And they're unindexing a lot of things. We've seen clients come in, blogs are getting unindexed because the blog is not offering anything new or original.
Yep.
Google's like, I don't even need this in the search. We got like thousands of searches for this.
Nobody goes past the second page.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Like we don't even need this anymore. So really being creative and original and engaging and all the things that you've always needed to do, AI can help you do that. But you still need to put that originality and that human touch on it, or Google's going to be like, hey, I've already seen this before. And it can pick that stuff up pretty easily. There's actually some debates with some of the top tier brands or magazines, like and AI content is something that they look at, like how much AI content is this. But what I've also seen is legit handwritten content show up as AI.
Oh yeah.
Like, so it's all about originality, right? So you want to weigh that and use AI to leverage what you're doing to better explain stuff. I like to use it for outlines, but just to have it write your whole content for you. Not to say if there's not a lot of content about it, will it not rank? Like certainly in some instances it will, but you don't want all AI content. You want to use it as a framework and a support tool and things of that nature, in my opinion.
So. All right. Number 3, enterprise SEO trends to watch in 2023. AI has gone mainstream with conversational AI and ChatGPT. All right, back on it. AI has been revolutionizing the marketing world for some time, introducing us to a new era of innovation. The introduction of ChatGPT has accelerated how search engines innovate and compete. This includes Google Bard, Microsoft Bing Chatbot. It is important to note that conversational AI applications mostly are standalone experiences.
Right now, yep.
Right now, interest will grow more as AI is infused into search engine algorithms.
Well, also what I would say is SEO, for those of you who've been listening for a long time know this, it continues to evolve, right?
Oh, yeah.
Digital marketing and SEO continue to evolve, and there's always something new. It's always a moving target. And that's why it's so important to stay on top of what's new. Because what I can tell you is I remember when GBP listings, right? Google Business Profile listings, they've changed the name on it. When you could start adding a lot more content to that, like being some of the first to do that, had an outsized effect.
Yeah.
Right. And then everybody started doing it and the laggards came around. And then you know what? Everybody's pushing something else new. And so you always want to look at what's happening new, and not just as a shiny object, but like really how can it be incorporated? And we've seen that with social media search engines, right? We've seen what was it? Live. Remember when live was the big thing, right? Going live, and then it was shorts. And so it continues to evolve and will continue to evolve.
Absolutely. As technology advances, detection systems will become more sophisticated. Sticking firmly to EAT standards and helpful content guidelines remains critical. It's interesting that he's got EAT. He's got it correctly, EAT.
Yes, he does.
But then he's only got expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. He's missing
the experience.
Experience. It's supposed to be experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness.
That I actually have a blog on each one of those. I need to write a blog on the experience piece that they just added. It's on my checklist to do. But that is making the biggest difference in these updates. Like they want they like, so I've used this example. I've started to do a number of speaking talks again. Did like 3 this week, but essentially, they want examples to prove that you did it. Like, think about it like this. If I say something and a doctor says something,
Yeah.
right? Who should carry more weight in what they say?
Are you talking about marketing?
Well, I know I'm talking about not marketing. I'm talking about
Okay.
a doctor says something medical, like, so your money, your life. Well, the doctor should carry more weight,
credence,
right?
yeah.
And that's where that authorship
Yep.
comes in, and that's where like schema and like linking everything together, and your online profile needs to match with what's happening in the real world. And then think about that. Okay, you got 2 doctors talking about something. What doctor should carry more weight? Well, it depends what they're going to be talking about, the expertise. They're looking at where you went to school. They're looking at, do you have bad reviews? Like, they're looking at your profile to say who should carry more weight, because these 2 people are saying the same thing. So again, they're trying to mirror what's happening in the real world. And they're doing that through this framework of EEAT.
Yep.
And proving that experience. It's hard to fake that experience. It's hard to fake a video testimonial review, right? Yeah. And I do believe this, and I've already seen this. I don't know, with Facebook, the blue check mark.
Yeah.
Like, I said that as soon as Elon Musk did it with Twitter, I said, they're going to go to this because there's so many fake accounts out there. It's going to be a lot hard to fake it if you have to pay for it and have to verify who you're at. And I think that on even platforms like LinkedIn, that's going to start happening because there's just so much spam out there.
You mentioned,
sorry, I'm on a soapbox.
It's hard to fake a review. I did just see, and I don't know if you saw this, an episode of Joe Rogan interviewing the Chat GPT CEO.
Okay.
Except it was entirely voice and content created by AI.
I think I saw shorts for that or something like that.
Yeah. It started off with Joe Rogan, his voice, saying, I'm not Joe Rogan, I'm an AI, and like, this is my voice, and I'm going to interview the CEO.
That's so wild.
It's
Inception kind of stuff.
Very much so. Chat GPT presents both opportunities and challenges. We've kind of talked about those. For the enterprise SEO in 2023, automation will be essential to scale, right? Like, that's going to be used. You know, the mom and pop store, the smaller organizations probably don't need to get into Chat GPT. Maybe their marketing organizations will, because they're doing things at scale. But when you get into enterprise, there's just so much content that you're going to be creating, so much creative ideas, and that gets touched on here in a second. In fact, let's say it. AI should help free up time to focus on creativity, strategy, and digital alignment if you're doing it right.
So what we just did is we built a Chat GPT checker on content against the EAT guidelines.
Okay.
So basically we can qualify based on what Chat GPT knows about EAT to tell us how good this content is ranking to hit these key metrics. And there's a lot of kind of automation where you can get, like the SEO to do different things, right? Like, you can get it to like run quick tasks, like even linking stuff together. Like, it's just like recalls and writing like easy code from GitHub and stuff like that. So that's something that we're starting to play with is, can we hit a button and create sequences to get the certain things to happen?
Yeah.
And, you can only do certain things at scale. You need to also have a good operator and understand how these things happen. But we've been playing around with a bunch of different things, and it's been fun.
Exciting roads ahead. All right, number 4, again, 5 enterprise SEO trends to watch in 2023. Data lakes and business intelligence become vital.
I thought when I first looked at this, it was like data dumps, because there was like the Yandex dump that we talked about. And I was like, data, like big.
Is he predicting a Yandex data dump in 2023? I think become vital is probably not right. It becomes more vital, right? Like, it's already vital. And then according to Salesforce, the company, right, nearly 4 in 5 marketers believe data quality and intelligence are among the most important factors driving marketing performance. I would
say it's the number one. Analytics, like, you need to know what's going on. It's the backbone of everything that's happening.
I love the phrase marketing is math.
Ooh, I love it.
Right? Marketing is math. you got to have this creative component.
We need a
and
new shirt.
Yeah, marketing is math. And then you put, with that creative component, you put the math behind it, and then
It's
you
an
actually
art.
have marketing,
Yeah.
right? Like that's where it comes together.
Oh, I like that.
SEO professionals need to analyze more data to understand how search engines index and rank. Marketers need to monitor website traffic, track keyword performance, and analyze user behavior to optimize their websites and improve their search engine rankings.
So this is something that if anybody's listening to this, I would love comments if you hear this part of it.
Hopefully,
but if you're
listening
doing,
to this.
if you're doing SEO, okay, and you're doing it every day, and you're doing it day in, day out, and you eat, breathe, sleep it, right?
Yep.
Repeat, whatever. I kind of like feel like I'm talking to the algorithm. It's
you're speaking.
Like I'm kind of like
algorithm
I
will like
I
this.
like know what the algorithm's saying to me. I know what's happening. I know why certain things are happening, and like I just kind of feel in sync with the force. I don't know, in sync with the algorithm. It's weird. I don't know if anybody else has that, but I certainly do.
If you do, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll get you the help that
Yeah,
we're going to get.
exactly.
No, that makes sense, right? Like you get in tune with it, and you're collecting a lot of data, and it becomes an intuition, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But it's data collection, and it's learnings, and
it's also data collection that's happening at a subconscious level. Like that's a reality that I believe. All right, data lakes, just in case you were wondering, are large repositories of raw data
that you can swim in,
that you can swim in, that you can do jet skis in, that can be processed and analyzed to extract valuable insights, and are playing an increasingly important role in SEO.
I would say that that's like one of the number one things is having more data, seeing more,
and doing something. with it.
Just doing more tests, like understanding it, having like as big a data as possible. Then you start seeing those trends and those patterns. I think even AI will start helping recognize that, like, be interesting. Like AI written white papers, like I bet that's like a thing. So I don't know. I'm excited. It's fun. Data's fun.
All right. Search business intelligence can help enterprise SEO pros view trends at a macro industrial level and at a granular category level. Those are kind of the broad and narrow focus that you need to be making intelligent decisions.
Yes.
All right. Number 5. This is the last of enterprise SEO trends to watch in 2023. SEO and the provision of total experiences and services. I didn't write the word repeat next to that, but I'm not sure that that's really clear, and we're about to make it more clear. So SEO and the provision of total experiences and services. So enterprise SEO extends beyond just optimization. It evolves, I think he meant involves, cross-departmental management, the use of business acumen, and the managing of results across an enterprise.
Yes.
And we've had other kind of enterprise SEO podcasts where we've just, it's a collaborative effort, and it is across the entire organization that really needs to be involved. In 2023, enterprise SEO management will involve a deeper focus on the following: training and certification of SEO content and digital across organizations.
We're doing that.
CEO, CMO, and SEO alignment on goals and outcomes, again, cross organization. Technology and platform training and management. Evangelism of results internally and externally. And then greater collaboration with IT and balancing AI and human capital. Like that's a pretty good list for SEO management in 2023. One of the things that he made, and I glanced, I almost considered not including it, but I thought it was interesting. So when you're thinking in terms of SEO and how it really does involve all the departments, it actually is part and needs to be thought of as part of recruiting and retention of staff.
Big time. I mean, even online marketing, like telling that story. I mean, why we started videography, like, what is it, 4 years ago now, is because it's important in the overall experience and keeping the people on the site, getting them to convert. And think about it, like recruitment, that's big. People want to see your culture. They want to find you showing up in different areas, like team building. There's so many different things that SEO helps with. But the thing that I wanted to mention, or at least end on, is that SEO, the thing I love about SEO is that almost like it's a little bit delayed gratification, but it's still gratification of you do the work and you see the results of the work. Like you see the impact, you see the results, and
now you know they're compounding.
And you know they're compounding now. You need to communicate that as a SEO internally at a big organization with the rest of the departments, because if you're asking them to do a bunch of stuff or get a bunch of pictures or share a bunch of case studies or
record some videos
or whatever, and then that loop's not closed for them, and they're just, it's like this black hole that's asking them for stuff, they're either going to resent it or they're not going to do it, or it's, you know,
it's like the emotional bank account.
Yeah, you gotta show them what the success looks like to reinforce the behavior you want to complete that loop. And really, it's very difficult at big organizations to get like anything done. And so making sure you share that part is so critical, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Just like this review that was about Adam, that will make sure that Adam sees, right?
Yeah, go get another one.
And actually it will be in the company-wide chat. Like we want everyone to see that Adam's delivering this value.
Yeah.
To wrap this up, remember, of course, the core fundamentals of SEO have not changed.
Nope.
Utilize insights for intent, focus on website experiences and infrastructure optimization, create human-friendly content that is helpful and balanced for discoverability, measure performance, and utilize technology for efficiency and scale. These enterprise SEO trends will help guide your enterprise SEO strategy in 2023.
So, okay, my last point, I promise, last point. So what I would say is, okay, great, AI. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff about it, but what I heard and also what I know to be true is analytical insights and making better decisions with data is the takeaway for this with me. And that's where I've seen the power, especially for enterprises. Like all these other tools to improve efficiency, great. But again, if you're not making the right decisions, it almost doesn't matter. It's kind of like measure twice, cut once, but spend the time on the data. It's just like copy. The copywriters spend 80% of the time on the headlines.
Yeah.
Right. And then they spend 20% on the rest.
Yeah.
And so same thing, focus on the data, focus on the analytics. That's what I would say.
Yeah. I think that's a good takeaway. Patif to Lemuel for this article. If you would like to grow your business with the largest, simplest marketing tool on the planet,
the internet,
go to EWR Digital for increased revenue in your business. Just go to EWRdigital.com, click the free consultation. That's the one that we just read the 5-star review about that Adam did. Schedule a time that works for you. You can also find some similar stuff at bestseopodcast.com. Make sure, listen, we don't ask for much. Like really, we don't ask for anything. If you get value out of this podcast, go ahead and follow us.
Yeah,
right?
that'd be great.
Go ahead and subscribe and go ahead and share this podcast. Just pop off a little email, a little text message, little Instagram message, little Facebook message.
Just reshare. Go find our social media and reshare the posts. We're trying to make this too difficult. Just reshare one of our posts. We would really appreciate that if you've gotten value in a certain part. I would say working on the Best SEO site, so bestseopodcast.com is next on the agenda. Actually, it's probably more next quarter, but we have audits, we have workshops, we have one-on-one consulting, we have great services all across the board at ewrdigital.com. Please go check it out. If you need help or you know somebody that might, we are expanding, we are adding to the team, and we are looking to bring on new clients. So check us out.
Yes. And that hasn't always been true. Like there've been times where like, hey, let's put a hold on the clients. We want to make sure that we're getting the right delivery, and then let's turn on the spigot again. So like this is a window to get in
Yeah, no,
accepting new
we've
clients.
been doing a lot of work internally. We went through a EOS program, if anybody's familiar with it. It's called Entrepreneurial Operating System. Book
It's
out
really
there
like an
called Traction.
enterprise level operation system. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and we've really been able to implement some of that stuff about 6 months ago. We're really starting to see the compounding value.
Yeah.
And we're looking to grow. So yeah.
All right. Well, until the next podcast, my name is Chris Burres.
My name is Matt Bertram.
Bye bye for now.